Hello and welcome to this video about multiplying decimals. In this video I'm going to show you how to multiply decimals with tenths, with units and tenths by a whole number, and also decimals with units, tenths and hundredths by a whole number. We're going to have a quick recap of place value. So 0.1 is a tenth, 1/10 of a unit. And 0.01 is a hundredth, 1/100th of a unit. That's going to help us as we go through this video. In our first example we have 2.4 multiplied by 4. The method I'm going to show you, we're going to begin by ignoring the decimal place and just multiplying the whole numbers. So if we take the decimal place away, we have 24 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, so we write the 6 and carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 1 is 9, which gives us 96. So now we have to think about putting that decimal point back in. And we do this by counting how many decimal places there are in the original sum. Well, we have one digit after the decimal place. So in this case, we just have 1. So in our answer, we need to make sure that we also have just one digit after the decimal place. So our 96, we're going to turn into 9.6 with one digit after the decimal place. And we know we're in the right sort of figure because we know that 4 times 2 is 8, which is around the right kind of place. We know that 96 would be too much for 2 times 4, but we know that this is about right. Okay, so we can have a quick gauge to see if we've done things right. So for this method, we multiply the numbers first of all without the decimal places. We ignore the decimal places to begin with. Then we go back and we count in the question how many digits there are after the decimal place, and we make sure that our answer has the same digits after the decimal place. Let's look at one more example. So remember to check that you have the decimal point in the right place. There should be the same number of decimal points in the original calculation and the answer. Let's try this. 3.74 multiplied by 3. So we're going to ignore the decimal points to begin with. 374 multiplied by 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Write down the 2, carry the 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus the 1 here is 22. Write down the 2, carry the 2. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 gives us 11. So 374 multiplied by 3 gives us 1,122. Now we need to go back and look at those decimal point. In our question, we have 1, 2 digits after the decimal point. So our answer is also going to have 2 digits after the decimal point. So we're going to have the decimal point just here, and it's 11.22. And we can check we're in the right sort of area by just looking at 3 times 3 is 9. We know we're on the right sort of area. We know we're in the right sort of area. So remember, multiply the numbers without the decimal points first of all. Count the digits after the decimal points in your answer, in your question, and then make sure your answer has the same number of digits after the decimal point as your question. Go back and watch bits of this video again if you need to. Make sure you filled in the notes completely, and if you have any questions, bring them along to the next lesson. Good luck!